The latest revelations from the feds regarding Diddy's alleged crimes are shocking, and this time, they involve details about his adopted daughter, AA. If you recall, back in 2020, Diddy made a huge deal about adopting her, only for her to disappear from the public eye without any explanation. Now, with the recent federal indictments and Homeland Security raids, it's becoming clear that her disappearance was just the tip of the iceberg, and the truth might be far darker than anyone anticipated. At the time of AA's adoption, people didn't ask too many questions. It was 2020, and the world was preoccupied with the pandemic and other issues. However, recent legal developments have brought her name back into the conversation, with many speculating that Diddy's adoption of AA may have been tied to something more sinister. The federal indictment against Diddy reportedly includes disturbing claims that point to an even darker side of his life, and the details about AA are starting to surface. Back when Diddy announced the adoption, many people were puzzled by the entire situation. The way he introduced her to the public during an Instagram Live, where she spoke about her zodiac sign and new life with Diddy, felt off to many. Fast forward to today, and this odd moment has taken on new meaning as more accusations pile up against him. What's even more disturbing is how the feds are now connecting AA's disappearance to Diddy's alleged involvement in human trafficking. According to federal sources, the recent raid on his properties in Los Angeles and Miami might have a lot to do with AA's case. And with the update in Diddy's federal indictment, it's becoming clearer that she was potentially a victim in a much bigger and darker scheme. While Diddy's legal team continues to claim that the allegations are part of a smear campaign, federal officers are not backing down. One officer stated that they are pursuing concrete and detailed allegations of human trafficking, making it clear that Diddy's name wasn't just chosen at random. Diddy's current legal situation has escalated dramatically. His bail request of $50 million, which included putting up his house and his mother's as collateral, was denied. He remains in federal custody, which highlights just how serious the accusations are. The information about AA that's coming out now is heartbreaking, and it paints a horrifying picture of what may have happened behind closed doors. The whole situation has left people questioning everything from her sudden disappearance to Diddy's involvement in this deeply troubling scandal. What initially seemed like a bizarre adoption story now appears to be part of a much darker reality. As more details continue to emerge, the world is watching, and the story is only growing more complicated and disturbing. Stay tuned for updates because this case is far from over.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents that, but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Hey, man, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids, Charlize Theron, everybody's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So, just clarify it because it's crazy out here online. So you play with the kids. I got permission from your mother. Say all of that. It's crazy out here.
I met Jeffy and Viola when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then basically sisters, all four of us.
6 months.
I obviously came over.
Yeah. And it's Ava Baroni Combs.
Back in 2020, when Diddy announced the adoption of a girl named AA during the pandemic, many thought he was doing something kind and charitable, especially during a time when children needed extra love and support. However, with recent allegations against him, people are now looking at that adoption announcement with suspicion, and the whole thing seems strange in hindsight. One red flag that has caught attention is Diddy's comparison of his adoption process to Madonna's. This raised eyebrows, especially considering the controversies surrounding Madonna's own adoptions. Reports have surfaced accusing Madonna of not following proper legal procedures and misleading parents into giving up their children with promises of a better education in the US, only to adopt them. The Ethiopian World Federation even accused her of exploitation and human trafficking. Fans are now wondering why Diddy would specifically reference Madonna, given all the drama surrounding her adoptions. Another odd detail about the adoption announcement video was the absence of Diddy's daughters. In the video, only his sons were present, raising questions about why his daughters weren't there. AA herself even mentioned wanting to play with Diddy's daughters, Jessie and Delilah, so why weren't they included in the video? Fans are also noting how uncomfortable AA seemed during the video. Some are speculating that the atmosphere might have been off, possibly due to the controversies surrounding Diddy's sons. Justin's name came up in relation to a lawsuit filed by Diddy's former associate, Lil Rod, and Christian has also had his own legal troubles. It's no wonder the vibe might have been tense, but the real mystery began when AA virtually disappeared after that video. Sure, she was seen with Diddy's twins a couple of times, but after that, it was like she vanished. There were no family photos, no videos, and no mention of her, despite her calling Diddy Papa Combs. Fans find it odd that she wasn't more visible, considering how close Diddy seemed to portray them at the time. Now, with allegations of Diddy mistreating women, fans can't help but speculate if something shady might have happened to AA. Things got even more suspicious when Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, stepped in to drop some major tea. Gene didn't directly spell out what might have happened with AA, but he hinted that everyone in the industry knows what Diddy is really like behind closed doors. His comments have only fueled speculation, leaving people to wonder if something darker was going on that no one saw at the time. Now, the situation has turned into a real-life mystery, and fans are left questioning what really happened behind the scenes with AA's disappearance and Diddy's controversial actions.
And you know what's so crazy is, bruh, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and try to engage. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Jimmy Iovine. Ain't nobody talking about Jimmy Iovine. He got sexual charges and everything on him, but he got those publicists that's keeping it out off of CNN. It's keeping it off the major news reports. Nobody's talking about that. This is something that goes on, man, that they're gonna push up under the rug, and a few years later, bad boy 5, 6, 7, 8 will be.
Looks like 50 Cent has been one of the first to publicly hint at disturbing allegations involving Diddy and his adopted daughter, AA. According to an insider, 50 allegedly has evidence of Diddy's involvement in trafficking AA, which is rumored to be a significant part of an upcoming documentary. Last year, 50 Cent announced his plans for a documentary titled Diddy Did It, teasing that it would expose explosive details about Diddy. Initially, many thought it was just another one of 50 Cent's elaborate trolling schemes, but it seems he's serious this time. 50 Cent, known for being outspoken, mentioned that if Diddy were smart, he would file for bankruptcy now, implying that the documentary will uncover devastating information that could financially and publicly ruin him. His cryptic comments about the tape and how we can't unsee what we saw's only fueled more speculation. Allegedly, the feds found some disturbing footage during the raid of Diddy's properties, with connections to AA, which could be one of the most shocking revelations in the case. While the full details of what happened to AA haven't been disclosed yet, when the case goes to trial, it could reveal the extent of Diddy's alleged crimes against women and men. Fans and the public are now speculating more than ever about AA's involvement in all of this, especially since she seemed to vanish from public view after her adoption was announced in 2020. Many have pointed out how uncomfortable AA looked in the adoption video, where Diddy compared her adoption to Madonna's, who has faced her own allegations of child trafficking. The unsettling nature of Diddy's behavior in that video has left many wondering if something far more sinister was going on behind the scenes. Fans have been vocal about how strange the whole situation feels, with some commenting that